Hey everyone, Damien Tudovic here again from the TDM Network, bringing you another Dawn of War Soulstorm replay in 3D. So this one is a 1 versus 1 on the map Fata Morgana, I think, or Fata Morga, yep. And yeah, so the top player we have is the Protoss62, playing as a Dark Elder, and on the bottom we have Sir Kadef Bree, playing as the Imperial Guard. So we'll just switch to their view actually. So let's check out their build. So seeing some pretty interesting builds actually. For whatever reason they started off with a plasma generator first before a... Oh, okay, there we go. So yeah, we're seeing a pretty regular build by them so far. They just built out their infantry command a little bit further out to act as a bunker. So as for the Imperial Guard, we're seeing a pretty usual build as well. So 3 Mandrake squads and Mandrake infiltration. So it looks like we'll be seeing we might see an early attack by the Mandrakes actually. So that could be pretty effective actually, especially as the command squad will be a little bit delayed. So they'll be able to once they stealth up, they'll be able to do a bit of damage before they're uncovered. So we'll just see how that ends up. So there you go. Already we can see them charging into these Imperial Guards and doing a bit of damage, as you can see. So yeah, they're actually... Oh, it's interesting. They're not chasing these guys around, probably because yeah, they were hiding in the field command. They decided to instead to capture a strategic point. So we're seeing some pretty ballsy play by them actually, and they're decapping a relic as well. So that's pretty important. Relics take quite a bit of time to capture and to decapture. So if they manage to do that, they'll be able to set back the Imperial Guard player by quite a bit. So it looks like they've dedicated both Mandrake squads to that, and they're sending out the Archon squad as well. So it looks like we're seeing a pretty melee heavy build so far, and Command squad only just now getting a Psyker, so the yeah, they'll be able to do quite a bit of damage actually before they're uncovered. So actually I might just switch back to to the Dark Elder player's side, just so we can see the invisible Mandrakes. So yeah, it's interesting. They're actually chasing a command squad around. That's pretty funny. Because yeah, they managed to do some initial damage to them, as you can see, and they're reinforcing their squad as well. Just see if they're doing anything else. Can't see. Ah, there we go. So unfortunately, yeah, it looks like they'll die off in attacking that listening post, and just have a look to see how many more squads of these guys we have. So yeah, they've only got 1 squad capping at the moment. They've been able to do a fair bit of harassments though on the Imperial Guard though before getting killed off. So they made a couple of blunders, such as attacking a listening post and yeah, maybe trying to take on the command squad head on after they've been discovered. But apart from that, they've done right actually. So seeing a bit of a hot pursuit there by the Archon and... Actually, how many? So Archon and his retinue, as well as some of these Mandrakes as well. So yeah, they got the Imperial Guard on the run for now. Just check the income tab though. So 50-10 for Dark Elder, 56-10 for Imperial Guard. So yeah, even though Imperial Guard has been harassed quite a bit from the beginning, they still have an advantage when it comes to resources. But at the same time though, we have seen the Dark Elder do a pretty good job of containing the Imperial Guard a bit, so they've stopped their command squad from harassing their own base, and they've also managed to do a bit of damage as well, so that's not too bad really. So at the moment they do have the initiative, however that could turn at any moment depending on how they use these Mandrakes and the command squad. Yes. Interesting, we can certainly notice that effect is 2D there, but anyway. Yeah, we've got a full squad of Mandrakes coming out actually, so it looks like they'll even be doing a bit of damage to the Commissar, who of course can't see them. As for the command squad itself, it looks like they've lost their Psyker, and the main member has lost quite a bit of health actually, so Dark Elder not doing too badly actually. If they can keep the Imperial Guard contained, then yeah, they might just be able to beat them as well, so we'll just have to see what happens. So yeah, it looks like Imperial Guard are capturing one of the critical locations, with none being captured by the Dark Elder though, so it looks like they're finally being pushed back from what I can see. So they're just doing a job disrupting those Imperial Guards, but unfortunately they're being forced to run as well, and a couple of them getting killed off as well, so they're pretty expensive actually, 45 requisition for each one, so almost as much as a Space Marine, but of course they do quite a bit of melee damage, so. And we had an attempted harass there, but pretty well positioned heavy bolter turret took care of them. So Mandrakes looks like they're going to decap this critical location actually. So that, yeah, they're doing a pretty good job of stopping the Imperial Guard from expanding. I'll just check the resources again. So 6210 for the Dark Elder and 8020 for Imperial Guard. So yeah, unfortunately Dark Elder is still getting beaten back when it comes to resources. So. And the Imperial Guard are now on the offensive, so it's going to be a little bit hard for them to recover from this. So Imperial Guard have done a pretty good job of warding off their Dark Elder from what I can see. To be honest, I thought their position would not be as good, but yeah, as you can see, Dark Elder actually getting pushed back into their own base, and this time the Imperial Guard get a chance to tear up things a bit. So. Looks like Mandrake's capturing the critical location. Imperial Guard haven't gone to tier 2 yet, but well, they can afford to delay a little bit given that they're on the offense, should I say, and that they do have the resources advantage, whether or not they know it, I'm not entirely sure. So they're capturing the middle critical with a squad of guardsmen, and yeah, it's interesting, they've just been running around trying to chase down these Mandrakes and try to chase down these Dark Archons. I think they killed off a builder there. So yeah, it looks like the command squad's chasing them, and 2 Imperial Guardsman squads are going to do a bit of damage to the base itself. So interestingly enough, Dark Elder have gone to tier 2 already, and Imperial Guard have not done so. Looks like Imperial Guard just decided to build a tactical control instead, but now they're going to tier 2. So we'll just see if they're going to upgrade the soldiers. Yep, they're going to give them good old-fashioned grenade launchers. They'll be able to do quite a bit of disruption damage when they're all, well, when 3 of them are, of each squad is upgraded with grenade launchers. So they managed to destroy power plants already, and that was actually the only power plants of the Dark Elder. So the Dark Elder certainly have been caught out a bit, and it might be the end of the game for them actually. So we'll just see if they can do some sort of a counter-attack. So by the looks of it, managed to tear up the squad a little bit that was around the critical location. Managed to capture their own critical location. And they're not doing such a bad job of chasing away the Imperial Guard from their base though. So we'll just check the... Actually, I suppose no checking comes out. So really Imperial Guard will still be on the... will still have the resources advantage. And at the moment they do still have the army advantage, although... Dark Elf have done a pretty good job of harassing actually, so just see if they're able to decapture this critical location. So it looks like they've oh no, they haven't decapped it, I think. Oh no, they have decapped it. That flag is one of the graphical glitches that this game has. So we'll just get a nice little view of them chasing away the Mandrakes there with their command squad. Yeah, it should be interesting to see how this looks like in YouTube actually. So yeah, already recorded a previous video, hopefully this time in the correct aspect ratio, so it should look a lot better when converted to the crappy YouTube format. But yeah, I guess we won't be able to see until we see the results for ourselves, which won't be until a bit later on tonight. So at the moment though, it looks like Imperial Guard are back on the offensive. They've got a pretty solid defense. They have their own vehicle plant going down. And it looks like they're starting to produce priests as well, so that'll be a very, very large pain in the ass for the Dark Elder as they're going for ranged units. So Scourges though, they can jump as you can see, so they can jump out of the way of priests, but at the same time, yeah, those priests would still be pretty good in disrupting their soldiers. So got a bit of a battle for the on the outskirts of the Dark Elder base, and Interestingly enough, Dark Elder managed to capture 2 critical locations. It's like they had a Mandrake squad behind the scenes to do that, so... Watch out, looks like Dark Elder army is getting slowly torn apart. The only thing that really have is a single Dark Archon and a couple of Scourges. As you can see there, the Scourges are having to do a bit of running there, so I'm surprised they actually are running them. Surely they must have a couple of jumps saved up. And yeah, all they have to do is wait for the command squad to come up to them to get, say for example, to get drawn away from them guys, and then just to jump to the other side of the Imperial Guard army. That's what you do. So it looks like they've got a Chimera as well. As for the Dark Elder, I'm not really seeing any vehicles or anything, so
6 minutes until
looks like they're capturing another
victory.
critical. And yeah, unfortunately, yeah, it looks like the Imperial Guard slowly taking apart Dark Elder base. So they managed to take out the outer points, and yeah, now they're working on the inner base itself as well. So Scourge's doing an interesting job trying to take out the Chimera, and it looks like they did actually. And Imperial Guard though do have those grenade launchers though, so they, as you can see, do quite a bit of disruption damage. So it looks like they're jumping back again. Run a bit of a retreating battle they're fighting actually. So although if the Dark Elder can hold back the Imperial Guard for long enough, which most likely won't be the case given the length of this replay, they might be able to win. However, by the looks of it, given how long this replay is going to go for, I don't think the replay has 5 minutes left actually. So who knows? They might still be able to see a comeback by them. It depends on what they do with their Dark Archon, Mandrakes, and yeah, the rest of these Scourges. So if they could bring the Mandrakes back, perhaps, to get into melee with the Guardsmen, they might be able to do quite a bit of damage with those Scourges actually. But at the moment, yeah, we're just seeing everything just getting knocked about with these grenade launchers of the... actually, Guardsmen don't seem to have any grenade launchers from what I can see. So we might actually... Huh, interesting. So, not entirely sure what happened to all their heavy weapons, but it looks like only one squad has got a couple of grenade launchers. Others must have been killed off and not been replaced or something, from what I can see. Also, we've got the first vehicle coming out for the Imperial Guard as well. Got the fancy schmancy
4 minutes
Sentinel.
until take and hold victory.
So it looks like he'll be doing a bit of harassment, as you can see. So yeah, he'll be decapping these points. So yeah, that looks the better reason why Dark Elder won't be winning on having critical locations captured. So they do have a pretty significant force though, with a couple of Dark Lancers as well to take out things like the Sentinel. And their own point is, wow, interesting. They managed to save their critical locations. That's pretty good. I don't know if that was if they intentionally timed that or not, but they managed to get that pretty much perfect, really, with swooping down and taking out that Sentinel just before it decapped that point. So who knows? Might have been intentional though, just to make them make the Imperial Guard think that they might be able to decap the critical location before the Sentinel was killed, but or it could just be a coincidence, really. You never know. So at the moment we're seeing a bit of a standoff between these two armies. It looks like Dark Elder might be planning to hold out by with their critical locations still being captured, and they might actually be able to do it. Might have underestimated the amount of time that's left in this replay. So Imperial Guard, they're working on a few more defenses, but I don't think defenses is what they need at the moment. So they do have I think that's tier 4 research. That's full scale war. Yeah, that tier 3. So they're researching tier 4, which is their full scale war research. Allows them to build their Limonrus battle tanks, which are a bit like old World War I tanks, which for some reason are still being used in the 41st millennium. When this is meant to be set. As for the Dark Elder though, they still appear to be in tier 2, I think. So they're just building a Witch Cult arena to advance a bit more in tech, and unfortunately looks like one of their critical locations is going to go down.
Until take and hold victory.
And yeah, a couple of Pure Guards might just get torn up by that though. And yeah, they tried to advance on the middle critical location as well, so I'm not entirely sure if it was really worth bringing a squad of Mandrakes here to take out a few Imperial Guardsmen, given that they could have instead participated in that main battle. But in either case, we are seeing quite a battle go down actually. So the Imperial Guardsmen did try to make a push on the middle critical. It looks like they're making another push and it might just succeed actually. The Scourges have been beaten back and all we have is a single squad of Mandrakes for melee support. We've got a single builder coming out for one reason or another, perhaps to build on the outskirts of the Dark Order base. Unfortunately, maybe it wasn't the best decision to have the Mandrakes go out to the left critical, so it might have been better off just to let them decap it, so let them send their own squad out of the middle and then perhaps to attack while while that Imperial Guard squad was out of action. So and now we're going to see the full force of the Imperial Guard instead, so most likely seeing some tanks from them as well a bit later on. So Imperial Guard actually chasing them back. Not really sure if they should really bother there, because I'm pretty sure their Dark Lancers can't actually outrange those turrets. So yeah, as you can see, they just got killed off, and even though they jumped over, they'll most likely get killed off as well, just due to the sheer number of turrets and listing posts they have around. So looks like they do have their first Limon Rus battle tank coming out, and Protoss has just said, the Protoss should say, has just said good game, and yeah, so yeah, looks like he's been beaten. Just asking where the other guy's from, he says gangster, not bad. I might just select this so we don't see those health bars there. And there you go, he's been kicked out, so there you go, another game done and dusted. So just having a look at still images of these guys. Looks pretty impressive to see it all in 3D actually. There you go, pretty fancy. So yeah, some interesting play by both Imperial Guard and the Dark Order. Imperial Guard went for pretty standard play from what I can see, although you don't normally, or at least I haven't seen them place their infantry command this far out on this map, but I suppose that could happen as well. Looks like they had a Baneblade in production as well, so, and another Limon Rus battle tank, or maybe that was the same one, not sure. But yeah, in any case, yeah, we saw some interesting play by both players. Dark Elder, they certainly could have tried perhaps not to split up the forces as much, because yeah, as you can see, they just got picked off, and yeah, they just couldn't contribute to the main battle that seemed to be roughly around the middle and in each player's respective bases. But yeah, what can you do? Benefits in hindsight, as they say. So I'll be posting this video, and yeah, you should see it a bit later on tonight. So until that happens, this has been Damien Vidovic signing off.